Hello learners, I welcome you once again to Self-Learn channel where mathematics is made simpler and the curriculum is implemented. I would like us to solve one more example on binomial expansion. So the question says expand 1 on x minus 2 root x all exponent 5. So in our last lesson, we expanded with exponent 5 and we got to know the coefficients as well. So to solve that, the coefficient of the first term is 1. Then we raise this to exponent 5 plus 5, so this will decrease and this will be introduced, because in the first term we didn't see this because this is going to be the 2 root x is going to be exponent 0, which is 1, right? So we have this as we expand earlier 5, we decrease the coefficient of this and increase the coefficient of the second term, and then with the coefficient we decrease the exponent of the first term and then increase the exponent of the second term, and then we do that up to here, right? So we continue by simplifying. So 1 on s exponent 5 is going to give us 1 on x exponent 5. So sorry for this, so let's cancel 1 on s exponent 5. Then when we come to the second term, this second term, we have this negative 2 multiplying the 5 here, making it negative 10, right? And we have our 4 exponent 4, 1 exponent 4, that will give us 1, so that will multiply this, so we have 10 root x, and then for this 4 exponent, this x will give us 4 x exponent 4 down here. When we come to the next term as well, this negative 2, right, is being squared. So when it's squared the negative 2, it will give us 4. 4 multiplied by this 10 will give me 40. So you can see the 40 out there, right? And then we have this 2 also squaring this. This is going to give us x, right? So square root of x squared, the square will cancel the square root, leaving x, right? And this is going to give us x exponent 3, and since we have x here, that x will be taken off by one of the x here, so that is algebra, right? So we come here, we have the second term being uh, raised to exponent 3, right? So 3 negative 2 exponent 3 is going to give us 8, right? Negative 8. So we use this negative 8 to multiply the 10 here, right? So negative 8 multiplied by 10 will give us negative 80, right? Good. And then this square is going to give us 1 on s squared, but we have this being 3 of them, right? So when we simplify, we have root 3 on x, right? So when we come to the next term, which is this is being uh, raised to exponent 4, right? So when we solve this, we are going to have what? You know what you're going to have, right? So that's negative 2 times negative 2. That gives us 4. So 4 is 16. And then 16 multiplied by this 5 is going to give us 80, right? And then this one, we are going to have this to be 80x, right? So 80x. The reason is that this, we are going to, when we simplify, we are going to have all on x, but we have how many of this here? So this one squared, and then the next one squared again. We are going to have 2s, and this s under will be cancel one, leaving this. Then you come to the next term. We have this all exponent 5. Negative 2 exponent 5 is going to give us 32, negative 32, and then square root of s exponent 5 is going to give us root s exponent 5, right? Good. So let's continue. So you want to simplify the whole of the things here. We have this being written as this is the inverse, right? So in the inverse form is s exponent negative 5, and then we have 10 exponent negative 10 s exponent negative 7 minus 2. So we are using indices here. This root x can also be written as x exponent half, right? So in indices, if the bases are equal and we are dividing, we subtract the exponent. So x exponent half minus 4 is going to give us negative 7 on 2. That's why you are seeing this negative 7 on 2 here. Then we look at the next term, and this is the inverse written here. Are you with me? Right, so x, and then we subtract the exponent. So this one is the exponent, and then when we look at these two, we have x equal with x can also be written as this, and this is actually exponent 1. I mean, so since we are subtracting, we subtract it from here. So half minus 1 is going to give us negative half. So we have negative 80x minus 1 half, right? So let's come to this. The term is already in x, so we are not going to do anything about it. We just write it back. But when we come here, this can also be written as x exponent 5 all exponent half, right? Still from indices. So when you, according to indices, when you see something like that, you multiply the exponent of the variable and the exponent outside. So when we multiply that, we are going to have what? When we multiply that, we are going to have 5 on 2. So that's what you have here. Thank you so much for listening, and look forward to seeing you watching the next video, getting better in your elective mathematics or ADMAT. So we meet again. I say bye bye.